Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about letter of experience. So letter of experience, you will need it when you're applying for a provincial nomination and when you are applying for a federal skilled worker express entry program. So if you want to know more about how to make a perfect letter of experience for your application, please stay tuned. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you're always updated when I post new videos. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to my laptop so we can begin the discussion. Alright, so we can start discussing about the proof of work experience or the letter of experience. So as you can see on this side, I opened the official website of Canada Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, which shows the mandatory documents that you need to submit for your application for permanent residency. So yeah, let's start with the proof of work experience. So it says here that the following documents are mandatory for each work experience. So a reference or experience letter from the employer. So this video will focus only on this part. We will not discuss anything about proof of work experience for self-employed people. Alright, so it says it should be an official document printed on company letterhead. On this side, I'm showing you a sample of the proof of work experience that I submitted on my application. So as you can see, I have a company letterhead on this side. And then it says it should include the applicant's name, the company's contact information. So applicant's name is written here. I have some personal details blurred for security purposes. And then next requirement is that it should have the company's contact information, address, telephone number, and email address. So right at the letterhead, I do have the address of my company, of the company that I work for. The telephone number is written below, and email address. So email address for verification is written below. Again, I purposely blurred this one for security purposes. And then next, it should have the name, title, and signature of the immediate supervisor or personal officer of the company. So depending on the company, small companies would have the immediate supervisor as the signatory for work experience letter, but for big companies, it's going to be the HR lead, HR manager, or whatever. So on my letter, I do have the signature, the name, and the title of the signatory of the work experience letter. Alright, so next point, it should indicate all positions held while employed at the company. So for those people who have been in the same company for, let's say, 5 years, you guys would have had taken different roles in the company. So you should list all the roles that you had within the company. So in my case, I had 3 roles in the span of 5 years. So I listed all 3 roles. So we have 1, this is the second role. Sorry, this is the second role, and this is the third role. And it should, you should include the following details: your job title, duties and responsibilities, job status, dates worked for the company, and the number of hours worked per week, and annual salary plus benefits. So I have all the details here. I have my job title, which is this one. I have the duties and responsibilities, which is included on this side. Job status, so my job status is written here, full-time basis. Dates worked for the company, So I have the period covered for each role that I have, but I also have like a general start date to end date at the top. Next is the number of hours per week. So as you know, you're required to have to be on a full-time, working on a full-time basis, which is 37.5 hours in Canada. But then for my job, so I listed the number of hours worked per week per role. And then annual salary plus benefits. So I have a general one written at the top, and I also have the annual salary written per role. So what you can see here is that all of these requirements on the second bullet point, I did it per role that I have. This is just to make sure that, you know, I have covered everything, all requirements that they have per role that I worked for in the company. And then I guess the next one would be the purpose of your proof of work experience is to justify the NOC that you have chosen when applying for permanent residency. So I will just quickly search like my NOC number, and it will direct you to this site. And what I would do is verify the main duties that's written here. So let's say your work experience falls under information systems business analyst. So whatever main duties are here, confer with clients, identify document requirements, conduct business and technical studies, design, develop, integrate and implement information system business solutions. So all of these main duties, not all, but most of this, they should be able to see it under the duties and responsibilities that you have listed under your role. That's very important because that is how they will be able to justify that you have chosen the correct NOC. Plus, that would also verify with them if the role that you have provided and the duration that you worked for can be counted against this NOC. Because sometimes, let's say you're in the same company, but you've worked for, let's say, a role as an information system business analyst for 3 years. But then after that, you worked as a database analyst. So those two roles are for two different NOC. So if you applied for a 2171 NOC and you listed the database analyst as part of your experience letter as 2 years, so that will be for 5 years. So the 2 years that's for database analyst would not be counted against the 2171 NOC. So you have to make sure that whatever duties and responsibilities you've listed here closely matches the one in the main duties and responsibilities written on this website. Okay? I will be putting in a link of this sample certificate of employment or proof of work experience in the description below. You can feel free to download the document and use it as a guide, but please do not copy it as is. Just use it as a guide in creating or in formatting your proof of work experience.